What's that about? What's the philosophy of the 4 o'clock? What role does that play in a disciplined life for you?
Okay, from that perspective, what role it plays is getting a jump on the day. And when you wake up early and you get a jump on the day and you've got your workout done and you've got a little bit of work done,
Yeah.
by the time normal people are getting up, that's a win.
As Jocko Willink puts it, discipline equals freedom, and having the ability to control your day and really just make the most of it, it's empowering. It feels really good, especially when you're able to go to bed knowing that you've done the absolute most that you possibly could have done within that day. I'm a rocket engineer by day, and I like to be in office at my desk by about 7 a.m. and primed and ready to go. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One of them is that I just need to be able to squeeze in a 9-hour workday along with commuting to and from the office, and I need to get in a solid gym session, I need to hit all my meals, and I need to get personal projects done like making this YouTube video, and I also need to take care of my dog. So it's a lot that needs to get done in one day. So waking up at 4:30 helps me follow a disciplined lifestyle and really just take care of everything that I need to take care of during the day, and not just half-ass it, but make sure it gets done right. With a disciplined lifestyle, I honestly feel the most energy and ambition, and I'm really ready to take on anything the day throws at me. So when I first wake up, I start my day with a scoop of pre-caged. And the reason I like pre-caged is because it's a solid pre-workout with 500 milligrams of coconut powder for hydration, 6.5 milligrams of fermented citrulline for a solid pump, BCAAs, and even nootropics to help with cognitive function. This is great for me because when I start my morning, I like to hit a workout. I'll typically start with around 10 minutes of cardio just to warm up, and then I'll get in a weight training session. And after that, another 10 to 15 minutes of cardio. Now, I do like to have a scoop of protein before I do all this just because I want to get muscle protein synthesis going, and since it's first thing in the morning, I'm not going to have much glycogen in my system. So I do this every day except for weekends. On weekends, I'll usually train in the evening just because there's a little more glycogen in my system, and I really have power for much larger lifts. So I like to do Olympic style training on the weekends. While during the weekday, I strive for around 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps, hypertrophy range, nothing too terribly crazy. So once I'm wrapped up with my cardio for the day, I will go back to my apartment, let my dog out, and have a cold shower. Now, I've tried this before where I just did a cold turkey, but the thing is, like, with a lifestyle like this, you need to be able to stay consistent. With the amount that I need to get done in the day, I want to make sure all these things that I sign myself up to do, I do them regularly. So I've found that starting off with a lukewarm shower is probably the way to go. And so I'll start off with a lukewarm shower, and then I'll turn it frigid cold and just take it all in, just shower for about 30 to 60 seconds, just in the coldest setting. And that does wonders for mental clarity. That's probably one of the most important parts of my morning. And this is really where I think I'm just primed and ready to go. So right after that, I'll have my first meal of the day, which is the Anabar. You guys are not gonna find a better tasting protein bar out here. And I'm not even sponsored by these guys. I just really like what their protein bar does. It's got 21 grams of protein, and it's pretty good for a meal replacement. So speaking of meals, I like to have my meals ready to go for the day as well. While I train very hard, the important part is I need to get all my meals in. So I'll just grab some meals out of the fridge that are usually meal prepped beforehand, and I'll take it to work. And just like any good American, you're looking at a commute. So for me, my commute's about 30 minutes in the morning and then about 45 to an hour back in the evening. And so by this point, I try and get to work before 7, like right before 7. Well, here we are at work. Sun's just starting to climb up. It's about 6:50. Let's get it. And here I am at work before 7, having knocked out some of the most challenging parts of my day before the sun is even fully up in the sky. That's a good feeling. Honestly, the feeling of being the hardest worker in the room, that's probably what really keeps me motivated to wake up in the morning. The hardest part of the morning is hearing that alarm and not hitting the snooze button. It sucks, it really does, but like once you get over that initial barrier, you're looking at delayed gratification as opposed to just that immediate gratification and knowing that you're sleeping in. So after work, it's back to the apartment to let out my dog, recover, enjoy dinner while watching a show, and finally, with the last few hours of my day, I'll start preparing for the next day. I'll play with my dog, I'll work on personal projects. It's pretty simple in the evenings. I usually just wind down, and when bedtime comes around, bedtime being around 8:30, because sleep is important. Getting an adequate amount of sleep is very important. So I like to stow away my phone around 30 to 40 minutes before bed and read a little bit if I have the energy for it. And maybe a little bit of journaling to distress. I really like gratitude journaling, just listing out the things I'm grateful for during the day. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. If I had a good workout during the day, I'll just note that, or if I had a good work day, simple things. And 8:30 rolls around and it's lights out and I'm usually set and ready for the next day's work. And that's it, guys. I just really wanted to jump on here and highlight the things I do with my day. And I really like Jocko Willink's principles about outworking your competition. Honestly, just knowing that while you're up grinding, while you're up before the sun's even out, your competition is sleeping, that is a big motivator in itself, especially when you have goals that you're grinding towards, right? So this is something I just really encourage in general that you try. Like, I'm not recommending everyone does this. Everyone's got their own schedules and everyone has different approaches to how they want to tackle their day, but this is just how I do it. And as always, guys, if you got something from this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more of this channel, and I will see you guys at the next video.